Hey folks, welcome back. My name's Alan Parks.
And I'm Mark Larson.
And we are the Smart Fellers.
Fellers.
Hey, we did it right finally.
Finally.
Hey, today we're going to talk about not especially accessories, but things that make your life easier at a gig.
Yes.
You know, when you think accessories, you're going to think like a tuner, strap, and picks, and things along those lines. Cables, right? But these are things that aren't really related to an instrument so much as just things you need for a gig. And it's not even a list of basic things for a gig. These are things that have made our life a little bit nicer at jobs. You were going to say something.
I was, but then I didn't.
Okay. It'll come back up.
We're going to take that out.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Oh, no, we're not. Okay. You want to start?
Yeah.
What's your first thing? Your first thing
is my handy dandy amp stand.
Right.
Which folds up. These
Obviously.
things actually come off all the way out.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they also, adjust the height.
Well, that would make it easier to pack in the car, though.
I have done it, but usually I just put it in like this.
Yeah.
Like put it in behind the front seat on the floor. This rubs against the seat in the back.
And then they don't get in
and
the
it's
way.
out of the way.
Okay, nice.
And all my other stands are down here anyway on the floor.
Yeah. Cool, man.
But anyway, it opens up like this. Standard amp stand. You've seen them before.
Yeah, okay.
And
then the height's adjustable with these.
Yeah.
So you can make it go up and go down.
Yeah, and then you got these little pins that hold it.
So it stays there, which is nice.
Yeah, with a series of holes.
You usually don't lift that up, though. You
I
keep it right about
right
there.
about here.
And
I know there's really no need to. I usually put. I don't put my amp up here. I put my PA head on here.
Right.
Or your PA head.
Well,
depending
PA
on what town we're working in.
Or if we have to use a PA, or if there's ones provided.
Yeah, and then I just put my amp here and I lean it back. It fits just under here.
Well, that's nice that you can get it to tilt back so you can hear it.
Oh, I have raised these up because the vibroverb stands much taller.
Oh, okay.
And if I want to lean it back.
Yeah, but you've got the room to do that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, and it's always nice to tip your amp back so you don't have to listen to yourself, from the back of your calves. You can listen to yourself from the back of your knees.
Yes, but there are two schools of thought on that.
Oh.
But for me, it's like we end up playing a lot of gigs where we're playing at low levels.
Yeah.
And so I like to point my amp up so I can hear it directly from the speaker rather than pointing it out into the room and listen to the room. It's nice that way because you can really turn it up and get your guitar to work with the amp. But I'm getting really deep on this, I know.
Yeah, okay. That's all right.
But anyway, no, just lean it back, point it at my ears so I can hear it.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll project into the room a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
Instead of going through a forest of legs.
Yeah, or throw a mic in front of it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So that is that. This has been a lifesaver for us, hasn't it?
We use it all the time.
We always ended up putting the head on top of your bass amp, but you hate it.
I hate that. Yeah, and then I have to stand into the rat's nest of cables. Whereas this, we can make the rat's nest of cables underneath it.
Underneath it.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and it's hidden behind the amp. So.
Yeah. All right, cool.
That's
all
a
right.
handy dandy item.
Handy dandy item. Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
My first thing is this.
What's that?
This is
a spare tire?
It's a spare tire. It's gaffer tape, not duct tape. Gaffer tape. So gaffer tape is what they use in theaters, and a lot of sound guys will use this stuff. It's a fabric.
Is that cloth?
Yeah, it's a fabric tape, and it's very sticky. But the nice thing about it is, being fabric, it tears really easily and cleanly.
It works so well, it tore the paint off the ceiling in my studio.
But the nice thing is it comes off cleanly. It doesn't leave residue.
Yeah.
Like duct tape will.
Man.
Especially
when it gets warm.
When it gets warm, every so often you'll see somebody who has duct taped like a power cable down to the ground so nobody trips over it. And then when you go to try to take this stuff off,
that goo will always be there.
It'll
always be there.
And it'll always be soft and sticky.
Every time you pick it up, you're like...
Yeah. I've thrown away perfectly good power cables because of that, because some turkey duct tape it down. So gaffer tape. Some
Apologies to all you turkeys out there.
So you can pick this up at some music stores. I think musician friend sells it. But what was I thinking? Guitar Center. Guitar Center carries it. Our local guitar store carries it. You can get it on Amazon. It's a little pricey. This is most of a roll. It's usually a little bit thicker. There's about half an inch gone off of it. It's a little pricey, but it's really worth the money. You can use it not only just to tape down your cables and such. I use it for repairs. You can use it to repair an instrument without leaving gunk all over it. You can tape microphones to things that you need to do. I've seen improvised music stands using my tape.
Yeah.
And
there's always some reason to use that.
Almost every gig you end up using a little bit of tape. You can use it to keep your cables wrapped together, even if you like.
Your guitar falls apart.
You repair your strap.
Yeah,
but
right.
Really,
or make one.
Really, yeah.
I forgot my strap.
This will teach you.
So we should try that.
Yeah. So yeah, really handy. It's well worth the money. Duct tape is expensive as well, but it doesn't work as well.
No, this is better.
This is pro stuff. This is what they use in theaters for all kinds of things. So it's nice. And I think you can get different colors, but black is just good standard color. So there you go.
You could talk so long about gaffer's tape.
I know, right? Well, I had a lot of coffee before we started taping. So.
Well, this.
Oh, what you got?
This is my cable bag.
Nice cable bag. It's a tool bag, right?
I've had this for a long time. It's just an old Craftsman tool bag.
Yeah, I've got some tool bags that I use for carrying things
but
too.
It's
this part that we're talking about.
I love this power strip. This is my third one.
All right, pull it off of there. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. So, and it sits right on my handle.
Yeah, and he's got a handy way to carry it around.
I mean, I could stick it in here, but I got my wah-wah pedal in there and other stuff. It's so full of stuff that there's no room anymore.
But we're not talking about the bag.
And it hangs nicely off the edge of here.
Yeah, we're talking about the power strip.
This has a nice long cord on it.
Yeah.
It's probably, what, 10 feet?
Yeah, easily. Now,
12?
I've got a power strip. This one's nicer. You should carry a power strip, any sort of a power strip to start with.
Yeah.
But this one, unlike most of them, has a way to wrap the cable on so it stays put.
Yeah, but I still have to use a tie.
Sure, you still need a wire tie.
It doesn't quite hold it all.
Yeah. That's a bit of a design flaw. But, yeah, that's usually one of the first things to get plugged in. And a nice thing is, like, my power strip is black.
Yeah.
And it's easily tripped over. This is a lot harder to trip over.
You can see it. Every once in a while, the ground plug pops out, so I have to get a new one.
Yeah.
But they last a long time.
Yeah. How many of those have you had?
This is my third one.
Your third one.
And
because you use it to death.
I use it all the time. Every gig, I use it.
Yeah.
Unless I'm setting up my rig and there happens to be power right there.
How
like
often does that happen?
Speakeasy, they've got plugs on the floor right in the front of the stage.
Doesn't happen often though.
No, that hardly ever happens.
That's a great accessory. That's something anybody could use.
And really, you know what? Go out and get yourself some of these.
Yeah, get it over here on the table so we can see on the camera. Yeah, the wire.
Get some of these.
Cable wraps, Velcro cable wraps. You can get them at Home Depot. They come in a pack of like 50 or something ungodly.
Yeah, it's got a little slit in one end. And, you just run it through that and wrap it on the cable.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
I have those on all of my guitar cords and all of my power cords on my amplifier, accessories, anything like that. I put them on everything because it makes life a lot easier and it keeps your cables from tangling up too.
Yeah.
So, which saves you a lot of time. And they're pretty cheap. And I said, you can get them at Home Depot.
They're on my mic cables.
They're on the mic cables. And guitar cables and
everything.
Those are
rubber one.
No, those are rubber ones, but a cable tie nonetheless.
Yeah.
How about this?
This
kind of a cable tie.
These are what I used to use before I went Velcro. But these
get it up for the camera here.
These work really great. They're kind of what do you call that? A cam?
Yeah, ratchet kind of cam gadgety thing.
Just you put your cable in there. And it holds the cable together.
But one of the things
when you throw it in the bag.
Yeah, it stays put. But those can get lost. Whereas these kinds
stay
attach
on.
to the cable, which makes life a lot nicer.
Yeah, but I just have extra stuff on here.
Just in case.
Where'd the other one go? I had another one. It's a zip tie that's reusable. It has a little tab you can push and you can undo it.
Right.
Really nice to have. Extra.
Excellent. All right.
And always gotta have
microfiber
towel. Wipe your strings off.
Yeah, it's not. I got to do more.
They last 10 times longer.
Yeah.
Even more, maybe.
Okay, my turn.
Your turn.
All right. Cool. My next thing is this. This is an old.
That bag?
The microphone bag from a really cheap microphone. Well, what this is this is my toolkit. This is stuff that I am going to need eventually. And let's see. So I've got a string winder. Right, and this is one of the nifty ones that comes off, and you can chuck that into a drill. Pretty nice, huh? So you can overdo it and break your strings.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Especially on basses.
Fingernail clippers. Gotta have those.
Yeah. Don't bite your nails.
Don't know. That doesn't look good. An extra foot for my upright bass. I just put it in there so it doesn't get lost.
Is this a crutch foot?
Yes, they call it a crutch tip.
Yeah, okay.
Or cane tips. Flashlight. Good. The batteries are still working. That's nice.
In case you didn't charge your phone.
Okay, now we're down to the nitty gritty. A screwdriver with both sorts of ends and two different sizes. So you've always got a good screwdriver because you're going to need one sooner or later. And then the last thing in here, a multi-tool. You've got a multi-tool you carry around as well, right? Oh, is it in the bag?
Yeah.
So pliers, wire cutters, see, there you go. Plier, wire cutters, knife blades, string winder, knife blades, can openers, bottle openers. Very handy. And this one happens to be lock blades. So you click it back there, and the blade locks so it won't fold up on you accidentally, so you got to pull the lever back and shut it.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's yeah, I like it. So a multi-tool is a very handy thing to have around.
Yeah, especially if you're doing a quick change on your strings and you got to cut the ends off.
Yeah, between that and this, you can fix most things on an instrument. Really, you might need some hex wrenches.
Well, remember the time I had my soldering iron with me?
Yeah, that's a nice thing to carry. Yeah, that's a nice thing to carry. Okay, so that's the tools. We'll put our stuff neatly away again. And then I think we got one more thing. This is a little bit strange. We have stage lighting. This is just a simple LED strip that I bring it to gigs because sometimes you get set up outside on some patio or another, and it's late in the day, and then the sun goes down and there's no light.
Yeah.
So we have this so we can get some light. This is probably going to blast the cameras, but it goes on when you plug it in, and there you go, bright light. And this one has different settings so that you can get different colors out of it, and it'll change colors. And then there's a setting on it where it will actually
dance to the music.
Yeah, it's programmable to it. Yeah, no, that's a different mode, and it's
yeah, it was right in time.
It's kind of weird and hard to read, so it's difficult to really figure.
Well, we usually just leave it on one color.
We usually leave it on the like all on and shine it behind us because it can get in your eyes and blind you pretty badly, and I'm not sure what it's doing to the picture.
Unless you can get it back away from you,
yeah.
Then it's
So, but it's nice. It's small, easy to carry around. And another nice way to light up the stage and also keep the drunks away
define your space
is to define your space is a set of rope lights. You can get these at I think Target used to carry them. Home Depot carries them. They're not terribly expensive. And we use these to loop around in front of us, in front of the mic stands and in front of the monitors. And it defines our space. This is the bandstand. People tend to not really want to step over it.
Well, especially if you're not really on a stage and you're just on the floor.
Exactly right. People tend to not want to step over that. Dancers will dance onto it and break it, but good thing they're cheap.
Yeah, so but it's usually behind them when that happens.
Yeah. So, but this will cast a certain amount of light for you, and they're expandable. You can add more than one set together.
That's what this is.
I think they used to. Yeah, that's two of them together. They used to be about $20 a strand. I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah,
now.
They're not that much.
But it's an easy way to add a little bit of showbiz to a setup. You just loop them around in front of you, or you can drape them on your stuff behind you. It looks a little.
It's a little extra.
A little sloppy, but it is a little bit extra, and it makes for a nice looking stage.
And the people that hire you go, "Oh, this is nice."
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah.
Not much wrong with that.
Oh.
All right, so there we go. There's my power strip. Nowhere near as nice as his.
I like the green lights on it.
Yeah. Wow. So food for thought, just things to think about that you might want to have handy and available. The nice thing about a lot of it is to keep it handy and available. Mm-hmm. Don't put it all the way back in the green room necessarily, because if you need something in the middle of a set, you should be able to get it.
See? Winding this up for you.
And there's Velcro on the cord. Okay. So there we go. Accessories. Accessorize. It's all about the accessories. So we would like to remind you to like and subscribe.
And ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Oh, and smash the subscribe button. That's the word you have to use, apparently. You have to say smash. Anyway, Don't smash anything. Be nice.
Hashtag it.
And remember, if you like, please leave comments in the comment section. Be nice. That would be good. Be civil. And
don't be a turkey.
With apologies to turkeys everywhere.
Yes.
So at any rate, that does it for this video. Once again, I'm Alan Parks.
And I'm Mark Larson.
And we are the Smart Fellers. And we are nicely accessorized.